Magic, released November 8th, 1978. Directed by Richard Attenborough, probably best known as John Hammond in Jurassic Park. Written by William Woldman, the writer of such legendary films as Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, All the President's Men, Marathon Man, The Princess Bride. Stars the legendary Anthony Hopkins, who, if you don't know who that is, get the hell out of here. Ann-Margret, who's had a legendary career herself, and the great Burgess Meredith, best known as the Penguin in 1960s Batman, as well as Mickey in the Rocky series. So Anthony Hopkins is Corky, an amateur magician. From the one performance we see up on stage, he's not really very good. Cut to an unstated amount of time. It's just there. And some dude from NBC meets Ben Green, played by Burgess Meredith, and like Corky is now a ventriloquist with his dummy Fats, and he is so damn good they want to give him a TV show. Like, how do you get so... I mean, we don't even know how much time has passed, but like all of a sudden you're so amazingly fantastic that they want to give you a show, period, with a ventriloquist dummy, which, I mean, maybe for the late 70s that was like, okay, sure, but like, who the hell's going to give you a show with a ventriloquist dummy? This isn't Howdy Doody. Anyway, they want a medical exam, and Corky just refuses. So he pieces to a cabin by a lake owned by his former high school crush, Peggy, played by Ann-Margret. That's a lot to take in. Peggy loves Fats because why not? She invites Corky to dinner. They argue about it. Corky and Fats. It's like, this guy's arguing with himself. Anyway, dinner leads to sex because, of course it does, even though she's married. And Fats is just in the other room while they're doing it, and you just constantly see shots of Fats just looking like pissed, like he's actually alive, and it's a little creepy. Corky argues with Fats because he might be insane. Ben shows up out of completely nowhere. He thinks Corky is crazy. So do I. And especially because he cannot go 5 minutes without talking as Fats. Big red flag. That's probably why he didn't want the medical exam, because he's a little nuts. So naturally, because it's just what you do, you beat the man to death with your ventriloquist dummy. They throw his ass in the lake, and Peggy's husband comes home, finds Ben's car stuck in the mud. He eventually accuses her of screwing Corky, but she's like, no, I wanted to, but I didn't. So he confides in Corky about losing her. It's like, dude, you just met this guy, and you think he's screwing your wife, but then you confide in him about you losing her? Like, what are you doing? Ben's body washes up on the shore. Corky lies about who it is, so at Corky's cabin, the husband finds out that this is Ben. This is the agent. This is the mystery agent. So, naturally, Fats stabs him to death. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my god. It is alive. Holy shit. But Corky was behind a curtain, like holding it's like, Jesus, man. Fats threatens to tell everything, which means Corky threatens himself to tell everybody everything. Sure. So Fats wants him to kill Peggy. Okay. Why not? But Corky can't do it, because he a bitch. So he stabs himself, and then they both die to end the movie. This was definitely weird. It's a great concept and really good commentary on mental illness during a time when mental illness was still considered a huge stigma. It makes you think whether or not Corky was ill the entire time, or the concept of fame got to him, and he snapped, creating Fats as a separate personality to cope. This is 13 years before Silence of the Lambs, and Hopkins absolutely kills it here. He was a veteran actor by this point in his career, but he really showed what he can do. He was incredibly emotional in his performance, downright haunting at times as he interacted with Fats. Like Hopkins, he learned magic and ventriloquism for this role too, and it adds so many layers to his performance in the fact that he was actually doing the tricks and he was actually doing the ventriloquism. Ann-Margret too, despite playing the stereotypical lovesick female lead, she lights up the screen when she's on. And Burgess Meredith, while an overall small role, was just coming off of the first Rocky film, and he nailed his part. Richard Attenborough's direction is solid too. The real issue I have with this film is that it can be a little slow at times. It feels like it drags during parts, and it really takes me out of the movie. Still though, it's a good film with a great cast and crew. Magic gets a B.
Thank you for watching Fatman Inc Horror. Leave a like if you enjoyed and a comment to discuss your thoughts. Make sure to subscribe to see more reviews of horror movies new and old. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.